It is too early to rate them because they haven't done anything since they came. Should I say, the hangover from that other government is what we are experiencing now. The Cedi, which has gone down, they accept it, but they are doing propaganda. From Kwame Nkrumah's time up to 2023, our gold reserves, every country backs its currency with the gold. Our gold reserves was not more than 9 tons. But from 2023, when they decided to use that, by the time MPP was, it has moved to 30. Yes. Now, since NDC came, they have added just about 1, less than that. So, and now those in central government central bank are accepting the fact that it is because of that. And then the reserves which have been accumulating, that is what they have. These are all helping to give the currency some weight. Since this party came, when they came to power, all we have seen is inauguration of this, inauguration of that committee. You go and inaugurate, there was a planting for food and jobs. Now you rebrand it and go and inaugurate Feed Ghana. This planting season, how many fertilizers have come out? How many seedlings and what changes have come into the agricultural system? Have there been anything? So we are living on what we inherited. If you come to food production, what was planted is what we are now eating. Let's look up to next year and see how the system will be, whether there has been any change in agriculture. Galamsey, Akufo-Addo government came out with community mining. If there were loopholes in it, governance is continuum. What we should do is try to improve it and then let it work. But always we come with new ideas. We change this name, we change that name. Community mining, we say we are going to launch responsible, cooperative, sustainable, cooperative, responsible mining. Cooperative and community, what is the difference? And where there is community mining, the concept was that it will be going to be under the supervision of Department of Mines, which is under the Ministry of Mines, and then Minerals Commission. Minerals Commission has the Department of Mines, and they look, or they go to all these mining areas and look at what is going on. There is going to be EPA involved, land reclamation and so on. But if they are not doing it, you only have to look at it, and then people are also looking at the law which allowed people to do prospecting and mining in forest reserves. You told us that you were going to repeal that law. Now you come in 8 months. How long does it take to repeal a law? Repeal a law, how long? Now 8 months we are into the administration. We are now hearing of bringing instrument to amend certain parts of the law. You were not talking about the law. The whole law of allowing people to mine in forest reserves. That was a campaign message. You were going to repeal the law. 8 months, if you are not repeal it, how do I assess you? If you are talking about Galamsey. Now you talk about Galamsey, you say if people are arrested, foreigners will be deported. So if a Togolese comes here to do Galamsey and we arrest him, then we deport him to Togo. Chinese comes, we deport him to China.
What do you think should have been done if they got arrested?
Is it an offense? Is Galamsey an offense? Yes. If it is an offense, it is against our law. what does the law say? Why is it that if you arrest armed robbers, you don't deport those who are not from Ghana, but they all face the law? Then when you arrest Galamsey people who pollute the water, they are more than armed robbers, because children who are not born, mothers and fathers who are drinking that water pass on certain things. So children are born in these communities who are deformed, kidney problems, deformity, and so on. So they are even more than armed robbers. But you arrest them, you deport the foreigners, and Ghanaians will have to face the law. You are not serious what you are doing, because yes, are they serious? Until Chinese came in, Galamsey, was it a big thing like this? Were they using excavators? How many Ghanaians could buy an excavator and send it into that bush? And these people who have not come in with that technology, that champagne which they are using to destroy our waters, diverting courses of water, you arrest them, you deport them. Then the poor Ghanaian who is getting just limited amount from that, he faces the law. I'm not saying that he should be allowed to do it, but he faces the law. Then that Chinese is deported. If you deport him, even what system do you have to make sure that this man doesn't come in again with another passport? Aisha Huan and Aisha, what was the name? Aisha Huan. When we deported her, didn't she come back? So what are we doing? Are we serious about this Galamsey? So if you tell me to assess them, I will look at all these areas. And it's not just setting up committees. These boards, and we all had in my ministry, we had, when I was Minister for Roads and Highways, I set up the Road Fund Board because it is there, it's in the Act. But we didn't call the press to come and cover it and have it on the TV and then count it as an achievement. But now everything, every board which is inaugurated is covered and it is on the news and it is an achievement. Even when they were coming out with, what did they, the name they gave it? They said Government Accountability Forum. Made so much noise. But simply, Kufuor came up with, it's not simply meet the press, but it was a forum where the president himself had the press there. He gave a speech for a short period and questions were asked. Every year we did it. He even came to Sunyani here. That is where Asem Fufuro go. Yes, he had that case. And after that, the ministers went to various communities. About 2 weeks, we were going around having that people's assembly. We went to communities, talked with them, and they came with all sorts of questions and concerns and so on. And apart from that, ministers were periodically scheduled to meet the press at Ministry of Information Conference Room, Accra. And that was carried nationwide. Yes. And every year we were doing it. Akufo-Addo government was doing that. Now you come, you give it a new name, and then Kwachu Fosu come to talk about government coming out with Government Accountability Forum, as if they were bringing in a different system altogether, and you will come and meet the press and auditors report and so on. So, but they come, it is the same, meet the press. If I am talking about achievement, will I consider this an achievement? You are already changing names and the personnel there, and occasionally adding 1 or 2 things and so on. So, this market, which they are insisted that every assembly should be built, they are even trying to call it 24-hour market. It's funny. Go and build a market in Chira or Odumase or Siatre, call it 24-hour market, and see whether midnight, 12 midnight, in the night, anybody will go there and trade. Who will go there to buy in the night in the first place? Leaving my home, my room, my house, and driving in the dark to go to that market to buy and come. In the first place, who will be there selling? You only give it the name, but who will be there selling? And who will be there going? I don't know if you are aware that these petrol stations, what we call filling stations, growing up, we saw that they were operating in the night. So even when I was in Nigeria, anytime I came to Ghana, I came with my car. I drove to Ghana. Anytime I came along the road, midnight, 1 o'clock in the night, you could drive and buy fuel along the road. There were fuel attendants. Armed robbers started coming in, and now filling stations by 9 o'clock they are all closed, except few which may be at very good areas where security is tight. But even nobody operates up to 10 o'clock. They have closed. And even filling stations, you go outside, you don't have attendants there. You have your card, you go to the pump, slot in your card, punch the figure, amount you want to buy. Then you put the hose into the nozzle. You fill your tank, you drive off. So if we are going digital and we are going this way, very soon even filling stations will be operating 24 hours, but there will be no attendant there. So the job creation which they told everybody and their supporters thought that regional administration would take 3 types. One will go in the morning, close at 2 p.m. Another will go close at 8 p.m., 8 in the night. And then another will go and close in the morning. Who will go there to transact business in the night? So you are going to have 2 regional ministers. One goes in the night, one goes in the day. You are going to, you see the impression they created about 24 hours. Then you come, even what was going to make your 24 hours work, that is industrialization. Because somebody has said, 1 district, 1 factory, your minister goes to parliament, you have cancelled it. Cancelled industrialization. You may change the name. You may not do it for each district. But at least the concept of 1 district, 1 factory was to change the whole idea where the concentration of industries and factories will be only in Accra, Tema, and possibly Kumasi. But if we have some industry, at least in Sunyani here, people in Bofokrum who wanted to come and work would not have to travel to Accra before they could get something to do. At least they could come to Sunyani. Yes. So you bring it closer to the people. And that was the whole idea of 1 district, 1 factory. Perhaps if you want to change it, because there are certain districts where it will be very difficult to have any district, any factory running, and it will be feasible, because you also have to look at market. You don't just produce where you don't have the market. You also have to look at the raw materials. So if you want to look at it that way, and perhaps have centers, but closer to original capitals and so on. But you don't say the whole concept, you have done away with it. Where are the Gugong? Where are they? We are approaching Christmas, so we are waiting for the Gugong. But you cannot bring in the Gugong when you have not helped not even poultry farmers. The Gugong concept was meant for people to have small backyard poultry. Where are the hen coops? Have we started helping people to go build hen coops? Or is the government having any plan to bring in prototype ones